they're going to open it up because but like at some point we're going to hit 50, 60, 70% of the population vaccinated, and by then and people are already clamoring. Yeah, they're already easing. A lot of the states have jumped the gun and started easing restrictions even before we hit those benchmarks, but we're getting close to the benchmarks, so it's going to happen in the upcoming months. So finally, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll miss being inside all the time and not having nearly as much human contact as I would like. No, I won't. It'll be good. It'll be good.
I have to learn how to look people in the eye and not, how long to stare at somebody, how long to stop staring at somebody. Like, there's a lot of social skills that I'm going to have to relearn. And
when in doubt, stare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With that, there was previously on the saga of Glowering Gloom, we had our compatriots were in the alleyway of a music shop after they left it. They went around back and they got into a kerfuffle after finding a firebug beetle who was strangely helpful, and they found two books, one that was not so helpful and the other one that had a lot of good information, and those books had given them a clear knowledge of what lies in store in the gauntlet of the queen, and to the kerfuffle that was happening in the back with this fire beetle and the lot, the manager of the music shop bustled out and started pointing his finger around and being antagonistic, and the gang responded with antagonism, and Line slain on the ground is him, along with a furbolg who ran away down the alley, and the compatriots went inside where Mai gathered 200 a lot of gold, and there was Berserk was inside along with this friggin' forest guardian who is investigating the strange happenings of this person that Rizal made leave screaming out of the front of the store. And while investigating, there was a freaking frost salamander that's slamming around in the back, and there's lots of snow on the ground. Rizal is in a sphere of ice that no one has shattered, as well as people behind Mai and Gerald, Mai in the darkness, and Gerald behind a box. What will become to our compatriots? Find out now on Honolulu Saga. Or I don't need
There's also a really grooving jam sesh going on.
Yes.
In the main room of the music shop.
This is completely true.
I mean, that's our A story right now.
Yeah, there's some other drama involving other characters, but I mean, there's it's jamming.
Oh yeah,
it's jamming. There is jams that abound as you are in the music shop that is being banged and clanged around, and all directions by these stomping claws of amphibial frost as they carve through the dark corridors of the storeroom towards this Rizal in a sphere of
Skylar
ice.
freezing for anyone else or just me?
Oh, I couldn't hear.
It's a little loud.
Oh, my bad. We have the.
It may just be me.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it way
I wonder
down.
if I sound like a robot to you guys,
no.
because you sound. I mean, at least Skylar sounds like a robot to me.
Oh no, I sound like a robot. If I emote, no, it probably sounds like a robot because it might be the music.
She's restarting.
Okay.
I think.
Well, let's do this while we restart. I'm gonna find the music level. Tell me when that's like the music to my voice ratio is like no, make it quieter. So it's real quiet now, and I'm bumping it up. It's at 42%, and now I'm still talking, and I'm bumping it up. We're at 50%, and I'm still bumping that thing up, and now we're at 60%, and I'm still.
That's just about getting there for me.
Okay.
I mean, it could go a little louder if you wanted, but
all right, we're bumping it up, and we are at 70%. We are blaring past 70 all the way up to 80%, and that's
getting to too much for me.
Already, we're taking that back down to 70%. All right, that's very important. Oh, sorry.
I'm back. Hello.
Hello.
Was I a robot to you guys?
No, you weren't a robot to us.
Okay.
There is
I didn't know.
There was let me
Go on.
go to
Go on, Skylar.
There's a bunch of you hear the barking of brushwood dog outside as the commotion has gotten the attention of people who are outside of this this structure. You hear them barking and banging on the back door, the door that you entered from into the storeroom from the back alley, and we are in initiative, and that's the thing that I was trying to go to. The same initiative as last time, which.
Yeah, I think we ended after my.
I gotta go to Friday.
It's in the chat. I could tell you what it was.
Yes. Thank you. I gotta open
my had a modified 20. Then it was Rizal with 14. Bergik.
Oh no, that's right. So 20. It goes Gerald, Rizal, or my?
It goes my, Rizal, Bergik, Gerald. Gerald had 5. My Rizal, Bergik, Gerald.
Very cool. All right, so and last we left off, what was it? Whose turn is it?
I believe that Mai had just done something.
Alrighty, so last we left off, Mai had done something. She bravely came from the shadows that she was hiding in, and Mai, what did you do last time?
I blasted the instrument of winter.
All right.
Destroyed it.
Oh yeah, and that's what caused the snow all over the floor and stuff. And then we have Rizel, and we're going to roll something. Yes, you see that the sphere that he is encased in, it solidifies and begins. There's like cold mist. The way that the instrument of cold flames was simmering. This embers of a frost are emitting and from the surface of this thing that encases Rizel. Berzuk, you're outside and totally jamming with this forest guardian who is rocking out on the guitar. What what are you doing for your turn?
Do I notice anything untoward happening in the other room that like do I hear anything? Is it getting cold? What
I'll say roll perception, and what you definitely notice is that there are large dinosaur-like footprints extending from the wall, and they're going downwards towards the backroom storeroom door, and a bunch of musical instruments that were hanging on that wall have crashed onto the ground. And with that, you notice that these footprints are very similar to the salamander that you ran into in the clouds and while you're traversing between Mazeland and the island where you met Gala, the large stone construct and
Hey,
oracle.
this looks like just like salamander tracks. I remember the last time. Boy, that was problematic. We didn't have a great encounter. Hey bro, listen, it's time for your big solo. You just go and take it home. Just jam the crap out while I'm gonna follow these tracks and see where they go into the back room. All right, you got this, bro. You got this. You carry it.
All right. He's going to still convinced by your previous roll. He's going to roll a performance. Yeah, it's not super hot as you leave the base large symbol and head over to that back room. You notice that the brass door handle that is closed has permeated frost starting to form on the brass, and it feels cold to the touch. You've made it over to the that's like that's 25 feet away. You're next to the door. You can interact with it. You still have your communication. You used most of your movement. You still have communication, or actually you communicated to the other guy, so you still have your action left and your bonus action if you have one.
Yeah, so I mean I can just open the door as an object interaction,
Yep.
right? I mean
Yeah.
So like
it's cold and it's the brass on both sides you notice are tightly packed, and it's a push kind of, and it feels like there's some kind of mass that behind it. Roll strength for 12 or higher as you give this door a big push.
Give me one sec.
Alrighty.
Woof. I rolled a modified 0 for strength.
Your hands, you notice both of your hands as you interact with the door handles have you don't get any purchase. It feels like it's frozen solid, and then when you go to let go, your hands are frozen to this flagpole-esque brass storeroom handles. Gerald, you hear the large 16-foot tall door buckle against the snow that's pressed up against it 5 feet high, and you see this, it's slush a little bit in that direction. Also beyond that, you see a giant frost salamander that's making crazy noises that are like and it's like has its big mouth open, and it's clawing, pushing into the wall that is an old tree.
Gerald is just going to go ahead and yell out, like, Berserk, get in here! Come on! Berserk! Shouting.
Hold on, I'm fighting my greatest nemesis, a door. Just give me one sec.
Oh God, we've got to help him. Is Rysel behind?
Oh,
and I think
notice that Rysel's sphere is emanating with translucent blue embers of frost.
I also think that I'm right up in the frost salamander's grill.
Yes,
If I remember correctly.
it's going like, and it has this big giant jaws snarled at you, and you see that it has like glands on either side that are sloshing with friggin' frost mucus.
Is it still stunned
Fascinating.
from last time?
It
This is
should,
the
yes, until
second
the
round, right?
until the beginning
Okay,
or
cool.
end of your turn, your next turn.
End of my turn.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna punch it a lot.
All right.
That's a 19 to hit
Yes.
with 8 points of damage. Attack number 2 is a natural 20. The 10 points of damage.
All right.
Natural 20 is terrible for monks. 18 points of damage total. Then I'm going to flurry of blows it. 20 to hit.
Yes. That hits. All that hits.
7 points of damage. And 23 to hit for 5 points of damage.
All right. Yes.
So I think that's a total of about 40.
You are beating this thing, punching its jaw, and it looks very displeased, especially that it's all like frozen or paralyzed or stunned in like a weird position that you are banging it up.
And with that, that's the end of my turn.
With the end of your turn, those frostial glands are you notice that they gurgle, and it lets out a cone of cold. And it's going to, I think it doesn't roll to hit for this. I think it's just a con check for
Those are usually just saves.
Yep. It's going to roll Roll a Constitution saving throw. Sounds right.
17.
All right. You'll take half of this damage. Creature takes 88 cold.
Do I still have flowers growing on my face and an extra temporary hit points, or is that gone?
No, you still have that.
Yes.
25 cold damage.
Damn.
If it drops you to 0, you turn to solid ice.
It did not drop me to 0, but it did hurt.
And this was down a stairway corridor into the sloshing ice. You were among the shadows and behind instruments and stuff. Or Rich, this is a 60-foot cone. Would Mai have been? Was she somewhere in the open, or were you still hiding behind stuff?
I think my invisibility ends when I take an action. Let me double check. Pretty sure.
All right.
Sorry, that was 25 points total, or 25 was the half?
And then half that.
Okay, gotcha.
And round up because I'm evil.
You can use your action to become invisible until you move or take an action or a reaction. So I believe the action was when I destroyed that.
Oh yeah, thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that thing was where all those where the gold safe fell apart, and so that would put you at risk of getting hit by this cone of cold. So you are inclined to roll a con saving throw.
10.
It's not high enough. A blast of
How much damage?
You take 25 cold damage and are turned to ice if your hit points hit to 0.
No, my hit points. I was at max before this.
All right, and no longer in paralyzed state. It's going to move away. It's going to slam down these stairs and into the lobby area. And invoking its lair action, or that would be, it's going to take a big snap and
Wait, does Gerald get a opportunity?
Yes.
Attack of opportunity?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. 19.
19. That hits.
And stunning strike.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
So that's 5 points of damage, and then it's a con save for 14.
All right.
The poor man's sentinel.
Natural 20.
It's fine.
All right. It is stunned. What was the con just for damage?
It took 5 points of damage from just getting hit with the fist as it walked away, but it resisted the stun, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. So it does move. Yeah, it tears through the stairwell and is in the snow, and the snow sloshes over a bunch of instruments, exposing this solid ice sphere that burns off of embers, and it's going to pick it up, grapple that, and its Rizel is grappled. That puts us at you got hit by a friggin' ice frost salamander stuff, and now you're immediately next to because you were in the snow interacting with the that instrument, and now it's in the snow. It doesn't seem to regard you. You're at it's kind of focused on the sphere that it has in its maw. It's like a jawbreaker.
This is the little insect dude.
This is the big salamander. There's a
Oh.
large salamander creature that is a frost salamander that
Okay, I thought he was going downstairs. Okay.
Yep.
Is he his growls and groans and before by any chance were they common or infernal?
They were primordial.
Okay. I just want to talk. Okay, buddy, let's go outside. I just want to talk real quick.
You can you can attempt to it looks like it's not completely regarding you, as it seems focused on the sphere of ice, but maybe you can try to interact with it.
You could try the what is it? The staff of animal communication that you have. Don't know if that would work.
My staff is it is animal communication. Sorry, in this game I have animal communication, and in my other game I have fish, the staff of fish command.
Mm-hmm.
So confusing. Because my other, like, I legit was about to tell you that I am going to use shatter, but
Oh no.
I pull out my staff of animal command. Let me find it in my equipment. What even is it? Rod of animal handling?
All right.
Okay. I pull out. This is so stupid.
Love it. I love it.
I pull out my rod of animal handling, and then I hold it close to my face and close my eyes, and try to really unlock its powers and go, salamander dude, chill, bro.
All right.
Please let go of that sphere.
Roll animal handling at 14 or higher, as this salamander looks back over at you in the snow, with the thing sticking out of the side of its cheek, with a frozen Rysel
Let me get my dice.
imprinted on the outside, on the side of his cheek. You see, like in carbonite, it's Rysel.
He looks like a Han Solo.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. My animal
But
handling
more
is
debonair.
I don't know if I would call him that. I rolled an 11.
All right. It throws its head back, and you just see the cheek ball roll in its throat, and it's hanging in its throat, and
Can I?
you still have movement, but you are immediately next to it.
I am immediately next to it.
Yep.
use my bonus action to just wave.
All right.
No. Can I use my bonus action to pull out an item or no?
I think so. Wait. Yeah, that sounds like something you can do with a bonus action.
Bob, do you want to weigh in? You know what?
Um,
No, the DM already said I could. Okay, so for my bonus action, I'm going to pull out one of my last 2 potions of love.
All right.
It's
Okay.
kind of her go-to whenever she's up against a wall, right?
And
I believe that's all I can do. Oh, movement. My movement, can I move close? Can I move where it's like mouth area is, but like to the side?
You reorientate yourself around. You're like sidestepping around it closer to its face.
Yeah, but not like in front of its mouth, just like on the side, like where the gills are probably.
Yes. As you do so, you garner its full undivided attention after it's haphazardly was just kind of glanced over at you. Its eyes kind of cross as you pass by closer to its face, and it makes a crazy sound. Like, what was that?
Can I not roll stealth?
Well, you already regarded it, so it'd be a very high stealth roll, as you've already actually spoken to it, and
That's
made eye
true.
contact with it.
Right.
But you can roll stealth, as you still are in the dark and there's snow. Maybe you duck under the snow before you move. You're in 5 feet of snow, so it would be a stealth of 15 or higher.
Of all the times to get a 22.
Oh yeah, you dip under the snow and it starts sloshing around in both directions, stamping on with its tiny arms on one bit of snow, and it fails to locate you.
Dope.
And Rizel. All right. That puts us at Berzuk. These freaking door in your hands are very cold. It's very, very cold against your hands. You take 1 bit of cold damage as your palms tingle.
This door is jammed. Oh, damn it. Well, I guess I'll just have to bust it open. Yeah. You said the door was like covered in ice, so there is ice on the door, or there's
the door that connects the parts of the door that connect against each other are brass, and there's this filament of frost that has permeated over the brass and almost connecting the two, like glue or something, or frost.
Okay. Okay. So I will cast Shape Water, and what I would like to do is take the ice that is in and around the door in a 5-foot cube, melt it into water, and move the water into the lock and the hinges of the door, and then freeze it again so that the expanding ice will break the lock and hinges.
Whoa. Roll intelligence with advantage as you devise what's the word where it's like magic, but it's like you measure liquids at not aristocats, it's
like alchemy.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna link Shape Water real quick into the chat.
Yep. I'd say that let's see that chat. You choose an area of water that you manipulate. You instantaneously move or change the water that you cause the water to form into simple shapes. Blah blah blah. So yeah, there's this ice water. You can change it from ice to or just taking any amount of water next to ice. That makes sense. Why?
And then you move it, and then you can freeze it, and of course, ice expands when it freezes. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say that works. And the door is no longer yeah, you see that the expansion of the door it feels like a lot more easier to move, and your hands are free.
And now I'm just gonna push my shoulder against the door. Rah!
All right. Roll strength with advantage, and the number to beat now is 8 because there's no longer frost on the door, and but you are pushing against 5 feet of snow on the other side. That's compacted inside of a.
With advantage is 18.
Yeah, you push open this set of doors, and you see a large crazy frost. It's like ice. It looks like its flesh is made out of lake water ice, and is deep blue, and on the inside with lots of carvings and snow and stuff, and it's battering the snow. It's not paying attention to you because it's looking the other direction, searching in the snow, presumably for one of your compatriots.
Okay, so Berzak sees all of this. He sees a
Yes.
giant monster, and they're fighting the party. He's like, guys, I'm here. I just want to let you know. I don't know what you guys are fighting, but I just defeated a mighty door, and now that guy looks big. So if you'll excuse me real quick, he's just going to cast, since he uses action to cast the shape water already. He has his bonus action. So he's just going to kind of misty step like 5 or 10 feet around the corner outside the door, so he doesn't get caught in the blast radius. If if the guy decides to kind of cold again, just take it. Guys, I'll be right back. I promise. Blink, disappears.
Project, no.
All right. Berzik poofs and is disappeared. Gerald, you are at the foot of the stairs, and above you, where the salamander had come from, is a dark platform that you can't see over the top of the stairs, and behind you is this salamander that's stomping around, and a footprints in the snow where Berzik had disappeared, as well as there's a mound of where Mai has moved to, but you'd have to roll a higher perception to be able to see that.
So Berzik has disappeared. Mai has disappeared. Rizel is in this thing's mouth.
And it was in the mouth before.
Grappled?
It was grappled in its mouth before Mai attempted to interact with it to make it let it go, and when that failed, it did swallow. So it has been swallowed.
Okay, then I'm gonna run up to it and like stomp on its tail a bunch of times.
All right.
Just like hitting it. The first one is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And stunning strike.
All right. It's
my last key point.
It's going to roll a
Constitution save.
Con save for natural 20 again.
Oh, good. I stomp on its tail and it feels fine. The next one's a 15 to hit.
It what was the damage for the first stomp?
I'm sorry. For the first one, it was 8 points of damage.
All right, and the second to hit
15 to hit.
15 hits. Yeah.
That is 6 points of damage,
Okay.
and then bonus action, I'm going to hit it. Hopefully, yeah, that's a 19 to hit. And 5 points of damage.
All right. You start stomping into this thing's tail and then punching its butt or whatever, and you notice that it breaks through the ice, and this ice that is as blue and deep as a lake, and this insanely cold, this blood-chillingly cold water begins to ooze out of where your knuckles made purchase into its tail, and this deep blue it's coagulating across the surface of the icen tail as it lets out a roarious enfolding itself backwards like a limbo machine, and as it rotates its head to be eye to eye with you, and it looks very perturbed.
Well, you don't get to be perturbed, mate. You came down here and attacked us. We didn't go up there and attack you. I saw you up there and I left you. But you know what? Call me Nixon, because now this is all about Frost versus Nixon.
Roll charisma,
and I believe, can I summon crickets?
Yes.
Okay, I summon crickets and they.
All right.
It's a long walk for a bad joke. Don't regret it.
All right. With your communication, you the way that Mai was able to use animal handling, you can try to use intimidation or something.
Sure.
All right.
0.
Oh no.
Natural 1 minus 1.
You feel fear from this creature as the effects of even though you're already immediately next to it, you feel as though you don't want to approach it. Not that you're forced to run away from it, but you are very intimidated by this little armed ice salamander thing that looks even though you're sure it doesn't speak common, in some its primordial salamander ice brain freeze.
In my head, I just think, oh no, did I just make myself Richard Nixon?
Yes.
Why would I do that? That's terrible. It's Frost. He's going to eviscerate me. Oh. Sylvanas, protect me.
It's going to roll out and charge. Try to. It doesn't hit you. It rolls past you through the open doors that Berzik was standing in initially. Berzik, when you poofed, did you move out of the way of those open doors? Or are you still standing in the middle of the open doors?
He misty stepped to somewhere out of I think I said like around the corner or something.
You wanted to avoid the cone of cold.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
Wait, do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, as it moves away from you, you do.
And the same thing.
As well as Gerald also gets an attack of opportunity because he was not gored. Like a Olay or whatever the bowl cape kind of situation.
Oriador.
That is
17, or sorry, 25 to hit and 7 points of damage.
Oh, that hits. And then what did my roll, or what interaction is my interacting with this creature?
I'm gonna, as it goes by or rolls by, I'm gonna open the bottle of the filter of love.
All right.
And pour it into its gills, if I can.
All right. I think it'll just be a dexterity for right down the middle. 11. It works. 10 or under. It doesn't work. Does that work out? Yeah, because you can't roll 0. 11 or higher. That the potion is in its salamander skin, ice skin gills.
Okay. Guys, pray for this. Pray for this. Modified 20?
Whoa, yeah. You get the whole bottle in there,
Yes.
and as it rolls, yeah, just like there's a trail of the water vapor that's been oozing around it, and wafting off of it. It makes shapes of little hearts, and are pink in hue as it had rolled through the door, and it comes into it unfurls its roll gore attack, and is in the middle of the Hall of Music, where there is a forest guardian wailing on a axe, on a lute, and despite it being so mediocre, the playing, you see that this you regard this salamander seems transfixed with the endearingness of the attempt at musician. It just seems to be like a sucker for that whatever's going on there, and that
Can't believe that worked.
and so this
Sorry, what are you talking about? Love always works. Love never fails.
the guardian is playing. It's going to the creature that rolled out. It's going to use a communication to give a luring upwards head nod at the guardian, the forest guardian. It doesn't come across as the forest guardian drops their loot and readies a pole arm, and says, vile ice it is in the forest, no less. This is a great travesty, a corruption of the warmth, the sacred warmth of the forest. I am, as a guardian of the forest, I will melt you. And he's gonna run over. It's within his movement, so he's gonna run over and give a big whap with his polearm. That hits his polearm, 10, doing 10 damage. It's already bloodied. It slashes it across its salamander cheek, and despite the blood or whatever, it a big bloody or it's still deep blue lake water, but coagulates around the corner of its cheek like a tear as it's sitting still salamander maw agape at and brokenhearted. This is Ryzel's turn, I believe. Wait, no. The Mai's thing was a reaction because it was its turn, which puts it at Mai's turn because it was its turn last time. So it's Mai's turn.
Okay, so it has gone into the room where the music was playing, and it appears to have fallen in love with someone else. So Mai is very hurt by this. Mai is very angry, and she's going to use her movement. How far are the double doors?
The double doors from you are only 15 feet away, and then the other guy is 10 feet further. The salamander and forest guardian, the same forest guardian who came in questioning Corey, as well as the one you met. He was walking around outside and stuff, but he was questioning Corey, and Berzik was wailing with them while playing music and stuff.
So Berzik was just chilling in the hallway, and he sees a salamander run past him, and then Maya's chasing after him.
Maya hasn't used her movement yet. Are you approaching?
Is Ryzel still in the salamander's mouth?
No longer in its mouth. When you tried to interact with it to let go of it, that failed, and it swallowed Ryzel. So it is now. You can roll perception to assess as you assess it.
17.
With that, you can see into the lake water. It looks like there's bubbles that look like tiny bubbles, and in that one of those bubbles is rotating, and it's clear that that's no bubble. It's ice sphere of a petrified Ryzel.
Okay, because so it's in the lake water.
Yes, within the body of the salamander. That is a frost salamander.
Can you use suggestion to tell it to poop?
I'd suppose.
No, I think we should just cut it apart. All right, I'm gonna pull out my Rod of the Pact Keeper.
All right.
And get myself that last spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
And shatter over the head of or in exactly where I see Ryzel.
All right.
That's where the 10-foot radius sphere is going to be centered.
All right. Yes. Then roll, or I guess it has to roll con save, I believe.
Yeah.
And what's the number to beat?
11.
All right.
But it will only take half damage if it wins.
It beats it's gonna take half damage, and instead of completely shattering into complete bits, because it resisted and was resilient. It definitely shatters in many areas. Yeah, it's cracks go up and down but it almost its facial expression and its eyes still unwavering from and still endearingly looking upon the fair kobold face of the forest guardian in front of it. It begins to in slow motion uh, uh, shatter and water explodes out of it and in one area and another area as cracks go all the way down its body, torrenting this ice cold lake water in all directions. It's
I believe Rizel and the Kobold also still have to make the con save throw, otherwise they take damage.
oh yeah, the forest guardian kobold he braces himself, he covers his ears and face like that right before it happens, and only takes half of the damage.
I rolled 24 for damage,
Whoa.
so half that is 12.
All right. Yeah. It collapses dead, and the kobold is also pretty worse for where he looks not good. He's a little crestfallen and takes a knee and is holding himself up by the pole arm, and but this creature is it falls slain, still torrenting white rapids of lake cold ice water that is just spilling from the carcass of this very large frost salamander, like a fire hydrant.
First of all, I love this so much.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for playing, guys.
Mine is still butthurt. So the water's torrenting out. I have my ring of water breathing. How many fucking items do I have? Okay, I'm gonna make my way into this cold water and just sort of test it out if I can make it through.
All right.
To the body of this elemental.
All right, yeah. Just roll Constitution as you move your distance within the water, or just as you're going through there. So you approach the carcass next to the kneeling kobold, and there is white rapids pouring out of a slice in the part of its cheek that was forming the tear, and its large ice white eyes still as it lies slain, still staring at fondly and endearingly at the kobold, and torrenting tears of cold water out of below its cheek. You enter with there's much resistance, but it's nothing. It's just a constant stream instead of so that's not an issue. But the water is bitterly cold. So roll a con saving throw for 7 or higher, as it's quite cold.
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, it's nippy, but it's not too bothersome as you enter. It's feels like you're the when you go underwater and there's a not really having a way of knowing which is up. It feels like there's no it's almost like regular lake water, except there's no buoyancy beyond. There's no positive buoyancy. It's just complete neutral, and you see roll perception as you look in through all of this cold blue water and murky lake water, as you see lots of commotion from all the white rapids, all the bubbles around that make it kind of hard to see for 11 or
I
higher.
rolled a 14.
Among all of these bubbles, you look out and you see a big sphere of Rysel about 40 feet away in the murky depths.
Oh, man, so I gotta do everything around here. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna make my way over to Rysel and see if I can push.
Gerald finally runs into the room and everything's okay.
We're out of initiative.
We're out of initiative. Okay, I was waiting to see if we're out of initiative or not.
And you feel like the knowledge of besting a elemental creature of the second variety, much like you felt the last time that you've slain such a fearsome beast. This time too, you feel as though you're reflective on the things that you've learned, and you've gained a level.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I think we gain a level when we take a rest, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's sleep now. No.
I feel like just by like cone of cold thing, I think that if you cast a fireball on me right now, well, maybe not right now, but very soon, I will be able to completely dodge it.
Well, wait.
So
what?
is Rysel dead?
Are you guys are still inside of the music shop? You just watched Mai enter this water torrent that continues to pour, and the water in the doors are open, so it's just spilling out into out of the door, but it's filled the music area, but it's just going out of the building now through the front door that's still open. And you're swimming over to Rysel. You swim over to Rysel. It's eerily deep and eerily not knowing which way. Other than you can actually see all the commotion of the white rapids over in that direction, but behind you, you see very murkiness around, and roll perception as you're now next to Rysel, 45 feet deep into this ice cold lake water, and you're just being aware of your surroundings.
I rolled a 14 again.
You notice there is a Saladi in a big heavy salamander humanoid who is holding on to a solid brass. It looks like a squid, but made out of solid brass, and it's about 50 feet away, and moving fast away from you, further into the murky depths. And it looks like it's being pulled by this brass squid. And It's it's in neoprene.
You said it's 50 feet away?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get close? I'm gonna chase him.
All right. You are in order to do so, you're leaving Rizel behind, and you do notice that you're chasing this creature it's entering very murky depths, and it's already just 45 feet away from the entrance to the lake. It's already kind of hard to see that, but you were able to see that from just 45 feet away. You feel as though, and also the fact that it's neutral buoyancy, that there isn't a direction to really get your bearings. It's only the things around you. That's the threats you feel as you set off. But you're free to do so, and roll.
Of course, I leave Rizel.
Wait, yeah, I don't think you even have to roll. It's 50 feet away. It will put it in same initiative as prior. You can use your it was 45 feet to get there, but I'll just count it as starting now. This is the moment that you notice it. It's 50 feet away now. You're moving. How much movement speed do you have for swimming?
Is it the same as walking?
It should be, unless you have some cool stuff. There's different kinds of things that can give you little advantages here and there.
Let me see.
There's a cape that increases your swim speed. It might be the Cape of the Mariner. It's the Cape of the something. I think it's some guy's name.
I definitely don't have that. The only thing I have is the ring of water breathing.
Cape of the Manta Ray. That's it. That's you can breathe in water here, and and you can, so you move your 30, and then you can haste. Not haste. You can the other word for haste. Dash. Yeah. Dash. You can make it go fast, and you can dash to the Salad. But when you do that, you get up next to it, and you can't use your action because you used your action to dash. That's what you feel.
I can use my I can speak to him though, right?
Yes. You still have your communication.
Okay, I'm gonna go, hey, who are you? And for my bonus action, I'm gonna poke him.
You get up next to this Salad in neoprene, and they're like, I am Githriel, and I am you're not supposed to be here. I'm Githriel. This you've destroyed my creation, my beautiful creation. Then it wasn't supposed. It was supposed to be unleashed at the Queen's Gauntlet, when you really put a friggin' wrench in my gears.
Oh, you? That was you? Oh.
My beautiful frost salamander. I've worked such a great deal to I'm all messed up. You got me all kinds of messed up.
To ruin the Queen's whatever it was, whatever's happening, the gauntlet. What's happening? Why are you trying to ruin that?
Well, roll. I don't need to be telling you this stuff. Roll charisma or persuasion, or deception if you're trying to confuse them. but some kind of thing to justify why this what's the word in espionage espionagier is divulging in you.
Would be a 10.
Well, it's top secret Cult of the Crystal stuff. I can't just be spilling all the beans before we even before our motion is underway. This is not that's the first rule of the Cult of the Crystal is no spilling the beans.
Has the party encountered the Cult of the Crystal before?
He did.
Yes. As you guys just curiously and intuitively back in the music shop, Gerald Berzuk poses that question, and Gerald gives his breath of knowledge on it.
All right, so remember the gentleman that we had the altercation with just a little bit ago? He had a geode that read Cult of the Crystal member 144, and it seems like this is a group of individuals who are trying to sabotage the gauntlet, possibly corrupting someone. They have a meeting at possibly Off the Rocks Tavern coming up quite soon. They seem like just smart kids.
Oh, I was asking that out of game, but
No, yeah, Berzuk happened to peer at this slain ice frost salamander, and there was a brand on its behind its orifice for ears, whatever salamanders have for ears, and it said property of if found lost, please return, property of Cult of the Crystal. And hey
guys, I think this one was somebody's pet. Are we? I mean, I feel kind of bad. It looks like we I don't know.
I mean, why would you feel bad? Because we're standing out here over a slain monster while Mai has disappeared inside of it?
And we cut back to Mai questioning this Slatty, and he's like, I don't gotta answer these kinds of questions. I've got very important business. I've got a meeting that I must get to for the Cult of the Crystal at Off the Rocks Tavern, and they're expecting. I've got a place here. Here's my ticket for entry to the VIP section, and I've got to submit this ticket so that they know that I'm. And he puts it back inside of his neoprene vest, and he's like, that's how I'm gonna go to the meeting at the Off the Rocks Tavern, where that's the only place that I'm gonna divulge any kind of information is with my other crystal cohorts. You were pretty powerful in destroying one of these. Would you be interested? How do you feel about warmth? Let me ask you a question. And he turns off he turns a tentacle in the brass squid, and the bubbles that are flying from it turn off, and and he sits on the side of it, and he's like, "Let me ask you, what's your take on all this warmth that's in the city?"
In which city?
I meant forest. Excuse me. I've spent a lot of time in cities of Waterdeep, and I relate it to that. But yeah, all the warmth that's in the forest.
We were just in the forest as well, and it's definitely not warm. Wasn't it? It was freezing. It was completely frozen over.
I like your attitude. You see what the potential could be, and that is exactly the vision that I have for the forest. I need it to be snowing underneath the shield of their canopy, their dang canopy that they've outed out all of the snowflakes, and they've banished the cold from within its trees, its towering trees, and it should be exactly as you said. It should be as cold as ice. And
well, I didn't say that. I just said that that's what is going on currently. Not that I would prefer it that way.
Aye, then, and a sly one at that. Read between the lines, infer. You didn't say anything incriminating, and that's exactly what we need at the Cult of the Crystal, so that we don't get caught by those dang forest guardians trying to guard the forest. Those dang forest guardians. All right. You've got a place at the chair. Here, take this crystal, and this is your member. You've got your member number in here. And he scribes on the side. And what's the name?
The name, my name?
Yes.
Mycera, Maicyra. I want to make sure you get it right.
Yep. Mycera. All right. Mr. Mycera, member number 145. Here you are. And he.
I'm gonna shake his hand.
As you shake his hand, he is going to roll to attack. He gets a 19. He stabs this friggin' thing into your hands, and through as you're shaking it, and it like ice melting, it melts into your the veins of your hand and stuff, and starts to go up your arm. It's that same gasoline green ice stuff that you noticed way back when you were on the sled on those when you first arrived here, and they were mining out that stuff.
Since I didn't know that what he was going to attack, as soon as he did hellish rebuke.
All right.
And then afterwards, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, man, I didn't know you were doing something. You seem like you attacked me."
That is going to be a Constitution check now, because you are under
a Dex saving throw.
All right. Dex saving throw. You got a 3. You are under ice water. I don't know if that's going to have an effect. If it's literally just heat damage.
Let me see. You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames.
That I would imagine if you were hellish makes it. I think that cancels out the any magical cold. So yeah, that's still. How much damage does the Slad take?
Takes 14 points of damage.
All right, 14. Ah, hot! Ooh, warmth! Ah, I hate warmth. This can't do. Oh, no more doing anything like that. And the Cult of the Crystal. That's the second rule. Is keep it cool.
Take the crystal in my hand. I'm just gonna like hold it back and just like, okay, no, take backsies. I'll see you at the meeting.
All right. He fires up the
Wait, before you go, what? Oh no, you told me your name. Sorry, Githrel. Is that it? Am I pronouncing it right?
It's pronounced with a bunch of bubbles from the squid that the brass squid as it's tearing off into the murky depths obscure the pronunciation along with the Salad as they descend. And also, you notice that there's just a lot of these bubbles that were kicked up and are kind of hanging out in place because there's equal buoyancy. Roll survival as you are 95 feet deep into the murky depths of a magically cold lake.
I rolled a 12.
You're having some issue getting you to discerning what are bubbles from the thing to where the torrents of water was, and then you make out that there seems to be a water flow, and you know that water flows where where there's openings in the ice, and so you're able to tell that's probably the direction where I'm going to go to get out of here.
Cool. Mai's going to go in that direction, and the whole time she's going to be thinking that she now has a thing for brass octopus motorcycle guys.
All right. And neoprene, and you go to you swim out, and as you approach, there's the you see from the inside the face of the crystal frost salamander, and from the inside looking outside, you see all of the musical instruments hung above, and it's all like wavy and tinted blue and stuff, and then through its big frost eyes from the back of them, you see that the pupils are hearts, and in the heart is this this guardian kobold who is talking to a dragonborn, also in a similar outfit, and the dragonborn seems to be taking notes, and there's also there's also Gerald and Berzuk, unless you guys have done anything else during this time. Mai comes out of the water. There's still a torrent of water pouring out of this creature.
Are you guys standing where the creature is?
Yeah, Berzuk is still in conversation with Gerald, saying, "Look, all I'm just saying is, killing like people is one thing, but if you kill somebody's pet all of a sudden, like that makes you the bad guy. Look, I've heard legends of this guy named John Wick, right? And it's like,
I've heard of him.
yeah, you can mess with him and that's fine, but you mess with this dog and all of a sudden you're in for a
line.
bad time. Yeah, and this salamander has like a tag that says, if found, return to, and we didn't return. No, we
like, do we return it or do we?
It's too late to return it now. I think it's too late to return it now.
The window, is it like 30 days?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I'd known that this was a tagged pet, like, I might have done things differently. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
wow.
like the thing about that on Wickfellow though was like his dog was very, very nice, and this lizard was very mean. But people do get awful passionate about their pets.
When Mai comes out and sees Gerald and Berzak bickering, she goes, "Oh shit, Rizel!"
Yeah, Gerald was going to be like trying to get Rizel out of there during this time if he was able, still carrying on the conversation.
All right. So you're entering the splishy splash. Mai has already exited. But we can roll it back to the end of Mai's conversation when she's swimming back yeah. You enter looking for Rizel. Roll perception for 13 or higher.
That is 27, 25.
Yeah. You look in and you see the bubbles from a friggin' brass squid that's going off in the distance, and there is a marrow. It is
is there a Rizel?
Yes, you see a sphere that looks like there's a marrow trying to penetrate the sphere. It's all like wrapped around it, and the business end of its top part is trying to crack it like an egg and get inside of that sphere. It's going to roll an attack. 13. It's going to roll I'm gonna say 8. Yeah, you notice that it makes a little bit of purchase on the end of it, but again, yeah, this is 50 feet kind of downwards into the...
Gerald pulls his head out and says to Berzak, "Right, so Rizel's, like, there's a lake down there, which is very strange because I thought we were in a music shop, but there's a lake and Rizel's at the bottom and something's attacking him. Do we write him off? Would this be an equitable trade for killing someone's pet? Like, Wick was happy after he got revenge, right? So if we give them Rizel..."
Well, if Rizel, if Rizel can hold on for 10, 11 minutes while I cast a water breathing spell on us, then we can all kind of just dive in there, or we could just jump straight in without a spell. I mean, how long, how much danger is Rizel in exactly, do you think? Like,
there's like a marrow down there, but it's just like cracking at his shell. I mean, it's really too bad that he's swimming.
I just, I'd hate to drown. That'd be kind of embarrassing. So,
I mean, nothing is more embarrassing than drowning.
Yeah. It's one of the more embarrassing ways to die. Yeah, it's just,
you go to someone's funeral and they're like, "How did he die?" Water.
Oh, jeez. Like, did he drink it wrong? No, he breathed it. You're not supposed to breathe. Oh, come on. Did you fail? Did
It's an
you?
ignominious end that no
It
one
just-
wants.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I can save us all a lot of embarrassment if we just if Rizal could just hold on for just a little while longer. Is all I'm saying.
Well, so let me just check this out. Gerald's going to put his head down under the water, grab the trident of D command or something, and just, hey, you, leave him alone for 10 minutes.
All right. It is let me just double check something.
Without even checking to see if it worked, Gerald pops his head back. All right, Berserk, I think we've got 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure that it's fine.
Dominic,
Oh, yeah,
please, save DC 15. So it's going to roll to beat 15. It does not. Yeah, it crosses its fins, and its even though its face is really hard to make out because it's just these big yellow eyes with iridescent sparkly bioluminescence. It looks very perturbed and kind of crosses its triangular fins, and if it didn't just have one fin, it almost flops it over itself as if it was crossing its legs in a little bit of perturbedment as it just sits and then kind of what was the command exactly?
Leave that alone for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it starts to check its it starts looking at its fins, trying to count, but it realizes it doesn't have any fingers. It's going to roll intelligence. It got 18. It realizes that it doesn't have any intelligence and starts counting by clapping its fins together.
So, Berserk, you can go ahead and get started on that ritual. We've got a good 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna start tracing this rune on the ground and waving my hands. If you could just keep an eye on Rizal to see if things take a turn for the worst in the next 10 minutes, and then we can all just, it'll be fine.
But it's cold. Fine, I'll look like once a minute. All right.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I would hate to impose. I mean, Rizal's down there.
I mean, my knuckles are still hurting quite a lot from punching this dog. I mean, Salamander. I'm thinking of it as a dog.
Oh, you're complaining about your fight, but did you vanquish a door? I mean, come on, like, let's put things in perspective, right?
Well done.
Yeah.
So
if you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna keep doing my ritual.
All right, and I'll check every now and again.
The Cobalt Guardian and Dragonborn, after regarding each other, join the party, and they're like, or the Cobalt is like, that was one heck of a jam interruption. I don't know what came over me. I went in to investigate a man screaming into the out of this music shop, and I got into playing the instruments, and it's very silly. The Dragonborn is like, yes, but thankfully you lot were here to guard the forest from the coldness outside and above its canopy, as it seems to have penetrated into the heart of this tree, and I thank you for not letting it leave, you've isolated it to this. We can as there you see other forest guardians in things like parkas and warm weather gear, or it's cold weather gear, but it's for messing with cold stuff. They're like trying to scoop water back in, and there's like a perimeter of golden rope and a lot of brushwood dog and wind weasels are looking at the inn, peering into this like busted up music shop that you're standing in, very interested in what's going on. And he's like, this I would like, I am very, very grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. I've want to honorarily deputize you, and there's been this corruption of coldness that has entered our beautiful York forest, and we need others like you who I would like to guardianize you.
Oh God. Does he say this to Burzak?
Burzak is currently doing he's kind of like doing a ritual. Describe the ritual that you're doing as my regards what Burzak's up to. What's this ritual look like?
Well, he's a wizard, so he probably would have pulled out his spell book.
All right.
As a reference or
for
what to do.
I say he sets it up on a music stand.
Yeah, so he's propped up on the music stand with the spellbook page open to the page with the water breathing ritual, and he's weaving. Takes like a piece of reed, and he starts tracing it on the ground. He's like tracing little symbols for each of the people that he wants to be affected by the spell. So he's drawing like a little picture of Burzak, then a little picture of Gerald, and a little picture of Mai, all inscribed in little bubbles, signifying the air that they're supposed to be breathing. And he's basically drawing a cartoon.
All right. Yep. That's what Burzak's doing. And there's so the what's that called? The Dragonborn is saying this just regarding to the party at large. Yeah, but that was what Laura, that's what you asked, right?
Yeah, I was just I'm glad that didn't break his concentration, because being deputized seems like it would.
Hi, welcome back.
As you say, my welcome back, you are entitled to roll perception for I'd say 17 or higher.
Oh.
It's just yep, nothing out of the ordinary.
If I look at Burzak and Gerald, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, I forgot Rizel, and go back into
it's okay. I told the thing that was attacking him not to attack him for like 10 minutes so that we could all get down there.
Okay. That seems like...
I mean, if you want, you could, of course, but...
No, I can wait. I mean, if you told him to wait to stop attacking him, seems like we got time. Plus, I'm kind of... I just swam here, so I could use a breather.
Fair enough. Oh, does this guardian position come with like perks? Do we get dental, stipends, per diem?
Yeah, what's the healthcare situation like?
Burzak is sitting here, just mumbles, ask about the 401k matching.
you
Do you have daycare? That's something that's very important to me. I don't have children, but it's important to me that I work with people who support working parents.
Or a zoo? Do you have a zoo? A daycare for animals?
Also important.
the full extent of the guardians of the forest are at your disposal to anything that regards ending the scourge of the Aparoid that batter against the canopies every ceaselessly. We must stop them, and our full anything that has to do with that. So your well-being naturally would be a part of that. So yes, I believe I know we have a cleric out of town who we can from the prairie, Nurse Killjoy, who
Oh no.
operates our dental plan.
That's all right. I think we'll be fine. Do we get badges? Hats with our symbol of office on it? You guys like it? You don't do tattoos, do you? That's too much.
You get official sashes.
Ooh,
color.
Forest Guardian sashes, and a wind weasel in a uniform that looks a lot like the other guys's. Kind of whirls around and then presents you these forest guardian in honorary sashes.
Or grabs one and puts it on.
All right, and this is a wonderful day, a wonderful victory here. We have isolated we have earlier, just today, we had come to know that there was this inclusion of cold in behind the walls of the forest from our a good Samaritan. Amara had reported it, and just now we've isolated it to this tree, and we will.
I see what you did there with isolated. That's good.
Thank you. I was working on that for quite some time before.
It paid off. It paid off.
Oh, it landed well.
I appreciate that, and I'll try not to let it go to my head and brain freeze. Thank you for being a great member of. If you need anything for as long as you have these sashes, you will and bear the mark of the forest and protecting it. We will be at your side and stay warm. And they motions a salute that looks like rubbing his arms, as well as the wind weasel also does that, and it repeats, "Stay warm." And they exit the building.
All right, so this is our building now, right? Like we can commandeer this as a base.
I'll wait you.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's how real estate transaction works. Is
we've murdered the previous tenants,
and then you just get bequeathed their belongings.
Speaking of their belongings, did you find anything back there?
Back where?
Back in the back, when I was killing the previous owner and you went inside to like loot the till. Did you find anything?
Oh,
Oh, okay. And when you went into the lake there, you didn't. What were you doing if you weren't getting Rysel? Was it just like going for a swim?
what lake?
Like in the like down in the salamander where Rysel is right now?
Oh, that one? That lake. Oh, yeah. It's really cold but refreshing. I mean, take a dip.
Once Bojack is finished with the spell, I was just curious, like why you went in. But if it was just for refreshment, that's fine. I understand it was a difficult fight.
No. I met someone, and you guys, I think he likes him.
Congratulations! That's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's the day.
His name is Githrael, and he's a slad. As far as I can tell. Wait, would mine know that or no?
I'd say you've met the person who commissioned you on the current quest that you are on now to map the islands, and was also a slad. The person who introduced you to Lilith, that person was a slad. So you've come into contact with slad
Okay.
within this campaign.
I'm gonna turn back to John. But I didn't even think they were my type. But I mean, he was cool. He gave me this crystal. Oh, I'm a part of the cult of the crystal now.
I mean, I'm very happy for you, and I'm also very concerned for you.
I mean, well, now that we're also deputized as part of the cult, I can get us in, and we can maybe have the rest of the deputies, at the ready.
Really does sound
Infiltrate
like a
from
good plan.
within.
I like that. I like that a lot. And if you find love along the way, I mean, that's just a bonus. Is that the goal? I just want to get our priorities straight since Amara's not here to like give us our lists.
Yeah, or our moral direction. Yeah, no, I get it.
So, number 1, find love.
Find love.
Number 2,
Find Rysel.
find Rysel.
Yeah, priorities.
Oh my god. Okay. Has it been 10 minutes? You should go get him. Is he dead?
Roll insight to for whether or not you blew past 10 minutes or not. I'm gonna say Gerald was the most around that. So Gerald, roll insight for 11 or higher. You are on the ball. 10 or lower. You left it cooked in too long.
I thought that was a 1, but it's a 7. And my insight is pretty good, 13.
Very cool. Yeah. You remember just in time, and also Berzik's ritual has been completed just now.
Okay, guys,
All
we could breathe water. Let's I guess we.
All right, let's go find love for Mai.
Right. That's next on the list, right? I assume that completing the ritual was on the list somewhere. So once we've crossed that off,
Problem is, I don't have any paper.
Yeah.
And then Gerald dives in the water to go get Rysel.
All right. Yeah. You hop on in that water, and you see the marrow claps one last time, and then looks at his hands and thinks for a moment, and realizes that he's counted enough, and with the intelligence roll that he rolled earlier, and he's going to go right back to so from a calm stance of having his one tail crossed over itself, and calmly clapping, the moment that it does, it's iridescent squiggles go back to wrapping itself around the sphere, and it's like face.
I grab the trident and just say, "All right, now you can fuck off."
All right. It looks up at you. It's going to roll. I believe it was 15 and 8, and it's like and a lot of bubbles are leaving its kind of blotchy undersea face as it like kicks some seaweed with its tail as it makes a big guff as it saunters off vertically.
And I'll swim down, grab Rizel, and bring him back up.
He's still rotating and stuff from the encounter, but yeah.
I'm gonna take a second and like rotate him a little bit more, just like spin the ball a little bit.
All right.
Put it on my finger.
Yeah, especially in this neutral density area, it spins super well, and you're able to just interact with him and move as there's no resistance. And
I also look around to see if Berzik and Mai have come down.
Roll perception as you look around.
Natural 1.
Oh, you are lost. You look back at where you came, and from all the spinning, you notice that it's a lot of dark blue water, and there seems to be a strange figure that looks kind of like a pizza. It's the shape of an upside down triangle, and then in the opposite direction there happens to be a obscured figure that looks like a fire hydrant. But they're obscured, darker blue than not blue.
Rizel, it looks like it's you and me. Hopefully, one of them comes down and shows me the way out, because honestly, I totally forgot.
So what's the crew doing as you just watched Gerald enter? Are you guys entering as well?
As soon as Gerald goes in, I'm gonna take a couple of steps back and just sit down.
All right. Is Berzik going in? You sit down. There's still water. You notice that as you sit down, the water has gotten higher a little bit. The water on the floor.
Hey, Maya, how's the water? Would you say it's uncomfortably cold? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I hate to get wet unnecessarily, right? I mean, also, like, Rizel's not very big, right? How many people would it take to haul him out of the water? Like, what would you estimate? Like, would one elf be able to do it?
I mean, I figured probably, but he's also kind of entrapped in this whole like sphere thing, so maybe 2. I don't know. Plus, Gerald's probably lost.
Well, I mean, it seems like you've already done your dive. I'd hate to have done this whole ritual without any payoff to show for it. You know what? You're right though. Somebody should go into the cold water and help Gerald along. And I know just the winged henchman for the job. I
forgot to tell you. I almost forgot to tell you.
Oh yeah, what?
So we are also now deputies in this realm.
Oh, do we get a 401k matching? I was some of us are a little bit close to retirement age, and we could think about these things, you know.
Yeah. So Mai is gonna start reviewing all of the perks of being a deputy with Versa.
Yeah. Just Hobbs, why don't you dive into the water real quick and check up on how Gerald's doing with Rysel. If he needs help, come back up, let me know, and we'll have that discussion then. All right, go for it, Hobbs.
Hobbs is going to he salutes you with his foot and then confidently splashes through the water over to the torrent of water, and he's going to roll strength to first fly into the torrent of water. There's still white waters pouring out of the wounds of this carcass, and the carcass is melting. Roll Arcana as you watch this carcass melt, and it's going to roll Strength to beat the rapids to penetrate. 15. Yeah. He swims. He shoots off into the white rapids and disappears behind them. But Berserk, you're entitled to a Arcana check of 11 or higher. Gerald, when we last left with where you are before with that Arcana check, you reckon that
14 Arcana.
You reckon that that the only entrance into this deep blue water are these wounds, and when the iced flesh has fully melted away, there won't be any wounds and there won't be any more entrance. It's like and they'll be trapped under ice flesh, or whoever's on one side. This access between the two, between the lake and the music store, there's a ticking clock. And Gerald, when we last left you with the sphere, before Hobbs rolls his perception check to find you, did you stay put with the sphere, or did you move towards the thing that looked like a pizza, or did you move towards the figure that was in the shape of a fire hydrant? Or yeah.
Harold just kind of like sat there for a little bit, tried to like push some air out of his mouth to see if he like a bubble went any direction.
All right. Yeah. There's zero density, so or that's not the right word. There's whatever the word I used earlier. So as you spat it out, it's just going kind of in the direction that you spat it, or if you just let it go really loose, it's really just hanging there. There is wait, there's a torrent. I'll say, actually, yeah, never mind. Yeah, you notice that it's going upwards, and
Towards the pizza slice.
Yeah, ever so slightly. I should have made you roll for that, but yeah, it's going upwards towards that pizza slice.
Start like moving slowly in that direction, pushing Rise along.
All right. And Hobbs is going to roll a investigation as he looks around for you, and as you're moving along, you bump into Hobbs, who tries to.
Please, you came for me.
He sits on your shoulder and gives you a salute with his claw, and then grabs onto your shoulder and tries to help swim you back to shore. Now with him pulling you in the right direction, you make it fine and well, and you pour out of the body of this thing, just as the ice dissolves enough and flattens it out into just a big blob of water that that all at once expands, filling the music hall with one big gush of water that quickly starts to dissipate, and the essence of coldness is no longer within the walls of these trees. The water even feels a little warm with the geo warmth of the tree or whatever, the coziness of the interior of this hall, and yeah, you guys spill out onto the floor here with Rysel rolling.
At which time Gerald hears Mai and Berjak talking about vacation days.
I mean, to be honest, the 401k matching contributions were a little stingy, but I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, right now we literally have nothing in terms of retirement planning. So, I guess even just being able to put a little bit away, right? I'm just, you don't build that nest egg overnight, is what I'm saying. So,
yeah. Definitely, you definitely have nothing.
Yeah, we are very poor. We are definitely very poor.
Why didn't you guys come in after me?
Poor.
Hey, Gerald, let's have a little bit of let's have a little bit of perspective here. I know our compatriot was at the bottom of a giant body of water, but let's think about the future. Think about what's going to happen when you can no longer you're too old to be punching things in the face all the time.
Oh, don't say it.
Just you have to think about how are you going to build that nest egg, right? It takes time.
Absolutely right. I've been positively myopic in my perspective to broaden. I mean, honestly, like Rysel is a goblin. He's going to be dead soon anyway, and I'm an elf, so he'll be long forgotten.
Yeah, goblins kind of have pretty short lifespan, so I don't think retirement planning is high on the priority list because they don't have much of a retirement to plan for. It's.
Do you think they have municipal bonds around here? Like, is the return on those pretty good? I imagine it's pretty good still.
Yeah, we should definitely ask them. I'm not exactly sure what time period we're in, and so that makes it a little bit hard to figure out what the expected returns are when you don't know what time to amortize those returns over, right? It's a tricky investment question.
Do you think we should also liquidate the ship that we got?
Oh yeah, we have a ship, huh?
It's on another plane, but
ooh, that's. I mean, we can't really make use of it.
Sorry, we can't discuss this. First on the list, we need to find a love for Mai.
Oh, right. We have a new list. That's right. Priorities.
Real quick, on the list, it doesn't say find love for Mai. It says find love. That means we have to find love for all of us.
All of us? Wow.
Second of all, is Rysel okay?
You guys peer over at this obelisk sphere of icy grayness. Its opaqueness is only rivaled by its frostiness and roundness.
Okay, based on what I'm seeing, I will say that Rysel is not okay.
You should probably get him out of there.
I guess. And Gerald will take like his mittened hands and start just like rubbing over the face of just where his face is.
All right.
And rub the ice away.
Yeah. You begin rubbing this ice. And
everybody choose a part of the body and rub. Rub.
It's going to roll to hit. Does 13 beat your AC?
No, it does not.
Yeah, it just feels quite nippy. Roll roll to hit against its frost. Roll rub.
I will roll for rub. That's 11, and I'm guessing like this would be dexterity, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say yeah,
Strength.
you could use dexterity or strength if you're putting elbow grease in it.
Try not to push too hard because I don't want Rizal to break. I know he's very fragile.
All right.
So a total of 15.
Yeah. You rub, and then you can see clear through the Rizal in all of his pastel and it ends bleached glory is in a completely frozen solid. You can see even straight through him where the ice begins and Rizal ends is imperceptible. This curse that he's been inflicted with that was with the it's the same if you remember talking to Fieri who spoke of the witch's curse.
Oh, I think Rizal is well and truly dead. Thanks for chipping in on the rubbing, you guys.
I was trying to cast Mage Hand, but then I remembered I don't know how.
I'm sorry, that must have been tough. It's a difficult experience to have.
Marcel is gonna cast a minor illusion of a pair of hands and is starting rubbing away at Rizal's back, just really going at it hard, trying to chip away at the icy surface and stuff like that. Still attacking him from the front.
Don't burst a gasket.
Oh, this thing is really cold, so it'd be best. I'm just I'm just gonna kind of rub it out by extension. I'm just gonna make sure I don't frostbite my own fingers using these illusory fingers. Right? It's a lot safer. Safety first is what I'm saying.
Mai's gonna go to the other side and just throw a firebolt.
All right. Roll to hit AC of 14 or higher.
Oh, my AC is 17. You're throwing it at me, right?
Rizal.
Okay.
That would be a 5.
Yeah, you throw your firebolt and it's like this red, orange, amber flame soars across the music hall, and when it comes into contact with the sphere, it dissipates into blue flames that lick the sides of the cube like a snow cone, and before dissipating themselves.
That was weird.
Do you want to try that again, or I was thinking? Right, you try it again.
Okay.
Step back.
Okay. I'm gonna throw another firebolt.
Yeah. Roll to hit again, and also you can roll insight as you reckon.
I rolled a 19.
All right. Yeah. You hit and it drills this stream of fire drills in to the ice a little bit, and so much melting the ice away, and as just as it melts ice, it also melts Rizal, and that is going to be roll damage.
Oh no.
15 points.
Oh no. Yeah. Rizel's the tip of Rizel's ear just melts and yep. It's
We
all
just gave him a makeover. We don't need to.
Sorry.
Good.
there's
Good try though. Do you want to try it like 3 or 4 more times? Just to double check.
Corey comes in hollering, you guys, what's this is crazy. You're gonna melt his face off if you keep doing stuff like that. This is wild.
Won't know if we don't try.
My insight was a 2. It was a natural 1 + 1.
You're like this dang ice thing. It's like some kind of freaking witch's curse. Only
we knew a tavern
and
witches met regularly.
Corey's like, guys, it's so much time has passed. We've been running around this town. I'm gonna be late for my my audition with the band, or my first band practice with the band. I'm supposed to meet them at the tavern in town, and I haven't got my sweet guitar yet.
Just grab one off the wall. This is our store now.
Yeah, you can just pick one.
Whoa, this you producer types really know how to are moving and shaking in this industry. As he
absolutely, all we need is a down payment of 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh no, I have horseshoes. He looks through his he has overalls, and he picks out a coin from a few horseshoes. He's like, I don't have enough to cover it. I just have this.
All the coin you have will be fine, I think.
All right, here's the 30 gold that Amara gave me to buy this guitar, but
there we are.
I suppose this will do. And he grabs this axe that looks very similar to the one that exploded in the storeroom. It glistens with this gasoline green hue. He's enamored with it. He's like, whoa, whoa, this rules. He's yelling about it. This one's awesome.
No returns, no refunds. It's like buyer beware kind of situation. We got a thing to take care of with our friend who's frozen in ice right now. So, which tavern were you going to?
I was headed to
Off the Rocks or the Longhouse?
Oh, that's old school, baby. That's back in the rear view. We're in Stork now. I'm meeting that cool band that we met in the streets, and they told me to come to the first my first practice over at store at the tavern in the forest in Stork Forest. So yeah, Old Off the Rocks Tavern, where I gotta be ready, but I don't even have maple.
Just give us just one moment, if you will. We might be able to help you out here.
All right.
Magic. Hi. Team huddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faisal is cursed, right?
It seems to be so.
And
He's a little rigid.
He does not want to kiss Guy Fieri and cure himself that way, right? I assume that's how it would work. I mean, you got the fiery one and the icy one, and they kiss, and everything's perfect.
I assume as long as we can just, fix him, beggars can't be choosers, right? I mean, you're fixed. Congratulations.
I know, but it's non-consensual, and I really am not.
Exactly.
What if we, how we can get to, maybe if we can get to that fountain, we can restore Faisal and your hand. Burzuk, that, that by no means of outside help is no longer there. And I'm
Well,
also cursed by a witch or something because did you see that firebolt? Look, did you see what happened to it?
Very
I thought you were
colorful.
cursed because you gave that love potion to the salamander and it just blew right past you. Sorry if that's still a little raw.
That was why it was bolting out of the hallway. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that still hurts a little.
You found someone new?
Yeah.
That's
and
the thing to focus on.
Maybe we can all just get into that fountain, that restoration fountain all together.
So I was thinking, like, I have flowers growing out of my face, which I actually kind of like. But
maybe we all need to get into it. Anyway, should we roll Rizel there? Maybe the queen will take a look at us and go, yeah, you guys need it.
I think that's possible. The other option is, like, at the Off the Rocks tavern in the woods, which is where Corey is going, where the other band members are going to be meeting. That's the one that's run by witches, and this is like a witch's curse, right?
Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, is that where the cult of the crystal people are meeting too? I mean, I would know that because I'm in the cult, but you know.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I would know because I was there when we found the note. Yes, it is also where they're meeting.
Okay, yeah, I guess we can go there. What do we do with this? And I'm pointing at the giant ball of ice that is present.
We could cut it up and each carry pieces. Don't know how that would affect Rizel, though.
Or, and this might be a little weird, but hear me out. We make Rizel look like a salamander, and then we return it to the owner, and then let the owner figure out how to fix them. Right? I mean, they're both kind of cold. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate the idea.
While Berzuk is talking, Mai is distracted by the very cold, very wet owl on his shoulder.
Oh yeah. What do you think, Hobbs? Do you think the dressing our goblin friend like a salamander idea, and then using it as a Trojan horse to get inside the cult of the crystal? What do you think of that idea, Hobbs?
Hobbs is going to roll intelligence, and he gulps and takes a camera take.
It's a standard double take when I ask Hobbs for feedback. He's always a fan of my ideas. This is my favorite thing about Hobbs. He's always 100% behind me, right, Hobbs?
Yes, he nods affirmatively and perches proud on your shoulder.
I mean, the only possible way that they would know that it's not the real thing is if the owner was here when it died, but I didn't see anyone else here, so.
Yeah,
I think this is a great idea.
Do we know who the owner of the salamander is other than just cult of the... I mean, that's a lot of possible owners. But it does give us an in, like, hey, we found your lost pet. Maybe we can get a reward. Oh, by the way, he's kind of weirdly frozen. Maybe you can deal with that.
So, I mean, maybe we carry Rizel over there. We make Corey carry him, obviously. And is your paramour? Have they given you any contact information?
Well, none of you are supposed to actually know that I'm that. Wait. Hold on.
I mean, it's me and Berzuk. We can be very, very sly, if you know what I mean.
Berzuk is the master of discretion. definitely never says anything he shouldn't.
Totally. Yeah. So I have no more information to share.
All right. Well, so fountain or tavern? I think is the question. I vote
well,
tavern.
I agree. The witches might be able to help.
Witches are cool.
The tavern's a lot closer than the fountain. It doesn't work with the tavern. We can always roll them over, to the fountain. We're headed there eventually anyway, so might as well give it a first try.
All right, it's decided then. Corey, can you come pick up Rizel?
I can try. He throws his axe behind him, like Paramore guitarist.
If you have like a rope, you can just tie it around him and drag him.
I'll check my bag for a rope. He's going to investigate his bag. Oh, I've got this moss rope my mom made me. All right, I'll just tie this rope around him and give him a big
Girl
heave.
looks covetously at the rope.
He's going to roll strength. He's kind of heavy, and he's not rolling so good with this divot on the side of his head. He's trying to give him a pull. He's not making much purpose. The flat ear area
All right,
is snagging against
I'll
the
help
ground.
you. I'll help you.
All right. Roll strength as you both give it a big heave.
5.
9. Yeah, you guys are really huffing and puffing, and
it's a lost cause. We need to leave him behind.
I'm gonna. Maybe you should give it a try. There's like I was talking to Hobbs.
Yeah, I was like, Hobbs is the muscle of the party, clearly. So,
Hobbs looks a little shocked, but then rolls his feathery shoulders back and pulls a bunch of feathers back from either wing, and then instead of using his feathers to pick it up, he grabs it with his talons, digging into Rizel with these talons, and then rolling strength for
I mean, he's like a 30-pound goblin.
11 or higher. Natural 20. He soars off with it, and he's gone.
Wow. Where did that come from?
He just goes up into the canopy, and you just hear the shattering of stained glass, and you see the stained glass fall onto the ground.
Geralt goes down to one knee and puts a fist over his heart and bows to Hobbs as he flies away with Rizel.
It's like, oh yeah, all the other times we ask him to haul shit, he's sitting here struggling and pooping and stuff like that. The one time we asked him to just, hey, carry a frozen goblin, he's like, okay, and he's off like a rocket. I mean, it sounds like he really wants to be rid of Rizel, is what I'm thinking.
Owls eat goblins?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they eat like rodents and stuff, and rodent goblin is not too much of a...
I never asked if Hobbs had like a family to feed. Boy, I sure hope there's some Rizel left by the time we catch up with them, right? I mean,
Well, finding Rizel's number 2 on our priority list, so maybe we just head over to the...
First, let's go find love with some witches.
Yeah. I love witches too. Yeah, let's That's what we're doing, right? We're seducing witches was on the list.
I mean, not explicitly, but honestly, how could you interpret it any other way?
Yeah, I mean, if it's on the list, it's official. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's official. We have to do it. So, I mean, I don't see how we have a choice in the matter. We have to seduce witches.
Let's get at it then. And Gerald is gonna push Corey out the door and start heading towards the Off the Rocks tavern.
All right. Yeah, you guys start heading on over. You go through. You were in the crafts district where all those musical instruments were, and you go past a few craft stores on your way to the food district where the Off the Rocks Tavern are. Some namely places that you do happen to go by are in that are still in the crafts district as you walk past are the there's a jeweler's as well as a tinkering shop and a tailor the Stream Sisters shop that is you no longer hear the singing from anymore as you pass, and the veils of fabric still billow, but the open doors that were open before are now closed as you pass by it, and
Maya and Bergik, quick sash-related questions for you as we go through this area. Number one, Maya, with your what was the name of your the new love?
Githriel.
Yeah,
something like
very strong name. Do you think they would take it amiss if we showed up wearing Forest Guardian sashes?
I think they would take it as a direct threat.
So before we get there, we should probably change out of them, like put them in our bags or something.
Yeah.
Before we do that, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go put it in my bag over in an alley. I just, I don't want anyone to see me like undressed.
Of course. Gerald turns away and then just starts speaking a little bit louder. So before we do that, though, do you think we should abuse the power that these sashes give us or test their limits, or just head straight to the tavern?
Oh, that's a good point. I haven't taken it off. You can turn back around.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Should be with the badges on. Go around town and see if you can find all the deputies around here. Get them ready outside the tavern just in case.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
All right. You go.
We could form up like a little posse, but if they're seen, that might undermine the whole removing the curse thing.
Yeah. Maybe we ought to do it in like a stealth situation. I'm not good at planning. That was always you guys. I just.
Bergik, you're the most intelligent of us. What do you think?
I mean, plans. We don't really need a whole lot of planning. I mean, we have sashes for each of us. There are a lot of people around we can bully in the name of guarding them, guardianing them, if you will. I don't see what's the problem. It depends on who we run into and what we need. Like,
very true.
When's lunchtime? I could do some food.
Should we take like a short rest and get some food before we head out there?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
All right. So let's go. Heavily intimate that it would be in a vendor's best interest to give us some of their food lunch.
As you walk past the Stream Sisters tailory, you enter the food market where you were in before. It is despite how large this place is, its corridors are these narrow areas and roots that go above, and you guys walk beneath them and between them, where there's a bustling marketplace of people who have their stores and wares set up beneath these roots. And there's tons of great smells and sounds of sizzling. And you go by there's all kinds of shops. You go by the same shop that Mara had ran into the person who was a shark folk, and then deceived through deception and stuff. It is swordfish lilies seafeedery. That's the One's like a gag, and then one throws a fish foot over at you,
Deflect
yelling,
missiles.
at you, yelling, "All guardians are jabronis," and it's 13 to hit fish foot.
Are you deflecting the missile?
I would like to try if I can, but it's not at me, so technically it doesn't work, but flavorfully.
Does
My AC
13 beat your AC?
AC is 13.
Then it doesn't beat it. And seeing that you haven't been thwarted, they are shocked by this, and that person spills out of the that wind weasel, whirls around and spills out of their chair. What will happen next time as this crew approaches the ballad between Lily's and Gregory's shops of ratings and health codes and espionage between the two in the halls of the forest? What will become of Rysel and his other extremities that haven't been melted away? And a third higher stakes thing next time on the Glowering Loom Saga. Boom, boom, boom.
Dun dun dun.
Woo!
Woo.
I literally wrote down my final note said, "I offended some weasels."
I loved the owning of it and the attempt to grandstand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, sorry. I'm also working right now, so of course I was like, I must have missed the part where you said there were weasels.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Truly excellent. And I'm so sorry that Gerald made it out of the lake. I really thought I was going to die down there, but you guys will have to put up with him for another week.
Hell yeah.
Hamza has Rysel. I'm dying. You flew away with him.
Oh yeah.
We don't know where he is.
He rolled a natural 20.
And instead of following, we stopped to get lunch.
Yeah.
I mean, priorities, right?
Yeah.
I need my key points back.
Yeah, that's important. So you can punch more things. It's like every time somebody misses a session, they come back and they're like, wait, what happened to my character?
Yeah.
His ear.
Why am I missing an ear?
This was so much fun.
Hell yeah, it's the funnest. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me and playing pretend or whatever.
Oh my god.
Thanks for GMing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's my favorite.
I may have heightened a couple of the scenarios, but this is going to show you guys what I tweeted.
Oh.
Oh man.
I prefer if there's only objective truth about our campaign. I don't like anything creative to happen with it.
Oh yeah.
So
Hello, go. And
I just love today. I learned love is an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
It's like, do you take an opportunity attack? What do you do? Well, I get out my pilfer of love. Yeah, I mean, seize
There we go.
upon the opportunity, right? Seize the day.
The water elemental has you concerned, or cornered, staring directly at you. You're out of spell slots, down to almost no HP. What's your next move?
Hashtag love wins.
That's awesome.
Oh man. See, I may have heightened it a little bit, but it was for the tweet.
Heck yeah.
It works. It works.
Oh my god.
How soon can I take my PTO? Good question.
You're so dumb. I love it so much. I don't know why Scott.
But there's still a creative, viable solutions to, and that's the cool thing about Dungeons and Dragons. You can do unexpected stuff, and it can work out, but also cause other unexpected things to happen.
Like what? Somebody's hand gets melted off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are important things you need to know upon joining any kind of organization, right? What kind of perks and
Look, I'm putting a pattern together right now. My caused Berserk's hand to get melted off.
Yes.
He caused Ryzel's ear to get melted off.
Yes.
I'm worried about what the third step of this is going to be.
So no.
I mean, it's got to be the most heightened, right?
Yep.
Okay. Both of those were accidents.
well, if those are accidents, the next one's got to be intentional. Then just
Oh
So
my.
it'll make it funny.
yeah. Okay, that one I did on purpose. So
Sorry, I'm
yeah.
not here to work, you guys.
All right.
All right, cool. You guys, next time
Heck yeah.
for a fun time.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Thanks a lot. See everybody next week.
All right. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.